Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
As we talked yesterday, guys, we expected Bitcoin to drop from the level of what it was 3,750 or something to a little bit lower, or maybe not a little bit, but still to a lower level, and it did happen indeed. So we actually bounced off, hovering around a certain strong level of support, which I picked. I showed quite a long time ago, and also it is close to this Fibonacci retracement level. And anyway, it got stopped there, but it was very sharp drop. And what I was looking at as well, the most important parameter at the moment, in my opinion, is the total capitalization of the altcoins, and it basically followed the drop of Bitcoin very sharply. And at the beginning of that, just a little bit after that, I was very bearish. I was expecting this to go lower because there was complete weakness of the altcoins, and although Bitcoin was pretty much flat, but then at somewhere around here, the altcoins dropping has stopped, and we were forming this triangle. And also at the bottom of this triangle, I was started to noticing the sort of how to absorbing the volume because of these two neighboring candles, see, green and red, just the huge drop, and then continued like next candle is just returning to the same level, 1 2 3, and that happened just at the bottom of the triangle. And this triangle was tested from the top several times. So actually I was tweeting this, and I was writing this in my Telegram as well. So if you want to be up to date, please follow these two things. So I was expecting it right here. I tweeted, guys, it smells like it will break and we will go a little bit higher. So it did happen. And now we're forming another channel going high, and this is actually altcoins. The thing is, so if we look at the Bitcoin dominance, it dropped significantly just after the point where the altcoins went up. Well, not that significantly, just like 0.5%, but it's a lot for altcoins market. And this is actually is forming. You can think that it's forming sort of a head and shoulders pattern here. So we may go lower, even lower than that. But the thing is, since the growth of altcoins came with the drop of the dominance of Bitcoin, then it means that the total capitalization is pretty much the same. It increased a little bit just recently, but before it was basically the flat area. So it's not that great sign, because again, if we look at the Bitcoin, it mostly flat, is a little bit increasing right now, but not that much. Also, if you look to the Japanese yen, with respect to Japanese yen, it's even flatter and more flat, and like different exchanges, it's basically the same, just like sideways trading. It's not that great for this setup. I would expect it to go lower, but what I like is that these altcoins are going higher, and this is recently it's usually the signal of the growth for the whole market, including Bitcoin. So altcoins are seeming to be starting to grow faster, like before Bitcoin. And see, I have a lot of the altcoins most of them are green, and seems like we have a chance to return at least to this level, test it, and possibly go even higher. Also, I must show you this previous pattern which we talked before, and this is the Bitfinex. Doesn't matter which you look at, but patterns are pretty much the same. This is a head and shoulders pattern, an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which I drew before. I started to do it somewhere around here, or maybe even before that. So I hope that it will happen. And actually, so far it worked pretty much well. If it will go much lower than this apex of right shoulder, then probably it would be invalid if we would test 3,200, but it will maybe a double bottom. But still, right now, if we'll continue to grow somewhere around here, well, of course it's not ideal figure, but still not ideal shape. If it will go continue to rise and will reach this level, and from this level if we'll break it, then it will be strong signal to grow. And actually the growth until 5,500, it's not that bad at all, right? So then you can say that, well, maybe the bottom was set. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm looking at this. I don't really put too much faith in that, but still I would be really happy if this happened. However, as I said yesterday, guys, it's better to hedge yourself. Of course, not financial advice as usual, you know that, but it's better to hedge yourself from both chances, for both possibilities of the market movement. If it will go up, it's better to have some of the position already open. When I say open position, I mean just the buy coins. Don't go with a leverage. It's usually ends up pretty badly, right? So you got liquidated easily, especially if the leverage is high. But so just buy some coins, buy some altcoins, a little bit of your overall position, and then if the price will go up, you'll be happy with the profit you'll have. But leave some fiat for this case. Leave some fiat if the price go that low. Even if it'll go like to $2,000 or $1,000, then you will have the funds to buy. And don't. It's like this psychology, guys. If the price will go right now, will go to $1,000, will you buy or not? I guess it will be really hard to make yourself push this buy button, because your brain will say no, it's so low, it's dropped, it's scary, nobody buys this, will go to zero or something like that. But if you want to get profit here, you would have to struggle with your own psychological issues, let's say. Yeah, so we'll see how it will goes. So far, again, it's pretty much interacting with all the moving averages. Again, for example, here you see it is testing this moving average from the bottom. The more it is testing this, the more likely it will be broken, in my personal opinion. And the last thing which I was going to mention is tether. As you remember, we were talking about tether, that it has probably I'm repeating this too many times, but when it goes above $1, it usually a sign of the growth of Bitcoin, continued growth of Bitcoin. And if you look at this in a more detailed way, so let's reset the chart. So what you can see is that first, of course, we go above, and it has several steps of the price of tether going up, 1, 2, 3, and then correction, and then we're hovering like this area. The thing is, first, of course, tether should be $1, right? But depending on the supply and demand, they still have to buy and sell tether by the dollars, which they got supplied from the customers or themselves. It depends. But the thing is, here you can see that there's certain levels above which the price doesn't go. Here, and actually it's restricted from both sides here. So it seems like those algorithms are trying to manage to tune the price in a certain way. And exactly when things getting hot, we see a lot of volume, like here, or here. And the fact that this is happening, the fact that the price of tether is going up, the fact that we have some volume around here, the fact that we have some clear algorithmic behavior of the price adjustment, means, in my opinion, that the interest, the capital is going into the crypto from tether, from crypto apart tether from tether, or from dollars to tether and to crypto. So maybe it's actually a partial manipulation from Bitfinex. Nobody knows. I don't want to accuse anyone, but things can happen. And if it is true, then I would be happy that it will push the price of Bitcoin higher, and I would be glad to see this going to, I don't know, whatever, $1.05 something, and the price of Bitcoin going even higher. Anyway, the major thing which I'm looking at is this the capitalization of altcoins. If we'll go higher and test this will be great, and see how it will goes from that point. And the very last thing which I'm going to say is that you see the traditional markets, the S&P, well, traditional, the equities, S&P, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones are showing the correction upwards, strong correction upwards from the very bottom, and even you can see some sort of inverse head and shoulders and so on. So a lot of people are saying, okay, this is the bottom, we need to buy now, the market will reverse, it was a lot of panic and so on. I don't know what is happening actually. I don't know when we will go higher or low. But what I think is that at the moment it's just the one of the waves of the enthusiasm which will be slaughtered eventually, like when it happened in March with Bitcoin, right? When we have from February we had a rally quite high, and then like I don't know 50% of price of Bitcoin to $9,000, right? It was higher actually, and then drop. So the same thing may happen here. And also what's make me thinking that is that another markets like German equities don't show this nice behavior, and also like other ones like Nikkei and everything. And final thing, precious metals, which usually used to be the hedge against the equities, are going high. And this is gold, this is silver. What I think is that this means that those guys who are selling here is just the liquidity for smart people who are continuing to sell, and when they will sell enough, the price will go even lower, but the smart people will sell here, and they try to continue to buy gold and everything, and like the standard hedging instruments, tools against the equities. Why I'm saying that, all of that, is that if it was the real bottom for equities, then since there is at least some, I know this is controversial, but since there is some correlation between equities and crypto, I think that this might be the bottom for crypto as well, around this area. And since we are going up, then probably the crypto will go up as well. Although if it is not the end, then we'll go down, then we may see a continuation of the correction of crypto as well. And maybe there will be like this Elliott theory, when we have this fourth leg, then if we'll go even higher, for example, return to 5,500, and then it will be the end of fifth leg of fifth wave of the Elliott waves pattern, and then we'll go the fifth. It would be the fourth wave, and then the fifth wave will be down when we will have the bottom for Bitcoin, both Bitcoin and equities, and the bottom will be lower than $3,000. So everything is possible, but still it's worth looking at those traditional markets, how they behave. Okay guys, I hope that it was useful. That's it for today. Please leave a like if you like this content. If you find it is useful, then again I would be grateful for your comment and subscription. And safe trading. See you tomorrow. Thank you for being with me in this video. Goodbye.